Just to let you guys know, there is a class on YouTube right now that I finally uploaded. So if you ever miss a class or you can't take a class, you can start to find my classes on YouTube. But we are good to go. All right. So again, welcome to the HIIT class. Today we're going to be working in blocks, 5 exercises per block. Exercise number 1. People here, you can grab a kettlebell for our first exercise. But we are going to do kettlebell or dumbbell deadlifts. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, perfectly fine. The exercise can be done with a dumbbell. But basically, whatever weight we choose to use, it's going to be right in the center of our legs, handle or dumbbell in line with my midfoot. So I don't want to be too far away from the dumbbell or kettlebell, too close to it. But from here, we're going to do that waiter's bow. So we're going to hinge at the hip. Back is nice and straight or in a neutral position. We're going to reach down for that kettlebell, grabbing onto the handle. And from here, we're going to, again, focus on squeezing the glutes to stand tall and then nice and controlled as we hinge and right back up. So this exercise, I definitely want you to take your time. Don't worry about trying to do it super quickly, because if you start to do it quickly, you might start to use your back to try to stand up. Again, we're trying to focus on using those glutes. Exercise number 2 is going to be an alternating reverse lunge with a lateral raise. I know that's a mouthful, but basically we're combining 2 exercises, a lunge. So we're going to be backward lunging here. As we stand up, we're going to do a lateral raise just like this, and then we'll come back down, and then we'll switch legs. So backward lunge, lateral raise, backward lunge, lateral raise, nice and controlled. Make sure after you do your lateral raise, you bring your arms down and then you go into your lunge. So I don't want to do a lateral raise, coming down, go into a lunge. We'll bring the arms together and then we'll backward lunge. So again, nice and controlled, taking your time, really focusing on your balance. Exercise number 3 is going to be a single arm bent over row. Like the name suggests, you're going to use one arm. We're going to be hinged at the hip again, chest up, back is neutral with one arm, just one dumbbell. We're going to row here, nice and strong, nice and controlled. I'll let you know when to switch sides. We're going to use half the time for one arm, the other half of the time for the other arm. Keep track of your reps. We want to make sure we're doing the same amount of reps on each side. Exercise number 4 is going to be a floor press, but we're going to have our feet up. So we're going to have our hips bent at 90 degrees, just like this, knees bent at 90 degrees. From here, arms will be straight up, shoulders back and down, core and glutes are tight, and we're going to do a floor press. So we're going to bring our arms down to where our triceps touch the ground, and we'll come right back up, focusing on squeezing the chest. If this exercise is too challenging with the balance, you find that you're kind of rocking side to side, feel free to place your legs back onto the ground and do the floor press from here. Last but not least, exercise number 5, are going to be goblet marches. Again, this can be done with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, but either way, you're going to hold your weight in front of your chest just like this, and we're going to be doing some marching. So driving the knees up, keeping the core tight. Goal is to try to stay as centered as possible. The heavier the weight, the more challenging it is, because you're going to have to really focus on keeping that core tight to not let yourself rock side to side. But those are the 5 exercises. Any questions? No? All right. Let's go ahead and get set up. We are going to start in 10 seconds. Oh, just kidding. Sorry. I thought I had a 10-second timer on that. All right, everybody get ready, because we are going to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Time starts now. Core stays tight. Again, focusing on squeezing those glutes to drive the hips forward. Don't think about this movement as an up and down movement. It's more so the hips moving forward and back. And that's what's going to change from you using your back to lift the weight up to you using your glutes to drive the hips forward. So again, don't think about moving the weight up and down. Think about moving the hips forward and back, all while trying to keep the back straight. And relax. 20 seconds of rest. Alternating reverse lunge with a lateral raise. Again, take your time with these. Focus on keeping your balance. Again, we'll reverse lunge. As we come up, we're gonna raise the arms. And we're on. And we'll switch legs every single time. Take your time. It does take a little bit more coordination than your typical lunge, just because you're adding that raising motion. So definitely take your time. Think about what you want to do. Don't rush it. Don't let your brain go into autopilot. Really focus in on the movement. And again, yes, we're pushing ourselves. Yes, we're trying to get that heart rate up, but that does not mean we need to rush our exercises, because if done correctly, your heart rate should already raise just by having that shorter rest period. So you do not need to rush the exercises. 10 more seconds. Next up, we got our single arm row. Again, hinging one arm with a dumbbell. We're gonna row with that one arm. And we're on. Keep track of your reps, because I will let you know when to switch sides. Almost there. And switch. I got 9 on that side. Weird number, but I'm gonna keep it even on the left side. Keeping that core tight. If you do finish early, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and drop the dumbbell, take that extra rest, and relax. 20 seconds of rest. Next up, we got our feet up, floor presses, so we can go ahead and get set on the ground already, just because it takes some time. 10 more seconds. Again, feet up will be optional. If you feel you're losing your balance, bring them back down. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Keep that core tight. Abs stay engaged. Focus on squeezing the chest, nice and controlled. Don't worry about squeezing the dumbbells together. As long as your arms are straight, that's as far as you need to go. You do not need to bring the dumbbells together. Take your time with these. 10 more seconds. Again, core stays tight. Keep the legs off the ground if you can. But if you're losing your balance, go ahead and bring those feet back down. And relaxed. Last but not least, we got our goblet marches. Again, either dumbbell or kettlebell, holding it high just like this. And we're gonna be marching in place. Goal is to stay as centered as we can. Let's get ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Core stays tight, nice and controlled. Goal is to stay as centered as possible. Again, even though the movement is a marching position, you're still focusing on bracing the abs, keeping it tight, and that's what's going to help keep you nice and centered. And think about crunching the abs as you drive that knee up. Almost there. And relax. So that was round 1. We got 2 more rounds to go. Again, going back into the deadlifts. Got a lot of time, 10 more seconds. Looking good, looking strong. Get your air. Be ready, because we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Squeeze the glutes to drive the hips forward. As you shoot the hips back, keep that back neutral. Don't let it round, but also don't overarch the back either. Trying to keep the back in the same position the entire time, from when you stand to when you hinge. 10 more seconds. Again, take your time with this one. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Next up, we got our backward lunge with the lateral raise. 15 more seconds. We're looking good, we're looking strong. Again, take your time with these. I'd rather you slow it down and have a controlled lunge than go really quickly, but lose your balance. And we're on. Lunging, raise as we stand up, and we'll switch legs every time. Try to finish up on the opposite leg that you started with. So if you started with the left leg, try to finish up with the right leg. Nice and controlled. Take your time. Goal is to maintain your focus as you get fatigued. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Solid job. Take that break. 15 more seconds. We got our single arm bent over row. Let's be ready to go. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Core stays tight. Exhale as you pull the dumbbell in. You're good. And switch. Core stays tight. Abs engaged. Again, even out the reps on each side. If you finish early, go ahead and pause, stop. If you're still going, try to keep it even. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Solid job. 20 seconds of rest. We got our floor presses next. Let's go ahead and work our way to the ground. Be ready to go. 10 more seconds. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Core is engaged. Again, take your time with these. You control the weights coming down. Don't let the triceps bounce off of the ground. Soft landing at the bottom. Strong press coming up. Almost there. Pace yourself. Again, the goal isn't as many reps as we can in the set period of time. It's as many quality reps as we can. Quality over quantity. And relax. All right, solid job, guys. Take a little breather. Next up, we got our goblet marches. Again, goal is to keep that core tight. Try to stay as centered as you can. Hold that dumbbell or kettlebell high. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Nice and strong. Crunching the abs. Trying to stay as centered as we can. Try to minimize that rocking side to side. Want to try to keep your head as centered as possible. Keep your body as centered as possible. Almost there. 5 more seconds. Crunch the abs. And relax. Solid job. One more round. We're going back into the deadlifts. This would be a good time to adjust your weights, increase, decrease as needed. But we got 10 more seconds. Let's be ready to go. Let's line up to our dumbbell or kettlebell because we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Squeeze the glutes to drive the hips forward. Get that stretch in the hamstrings as you bring the hips back. Again, even though our weight is moving up and down, I don't want you to focus on that motion. I want you to focus on the hips moving forward and back. That's when you'll start to use the hamstrings, the glutes, versus the back. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Solid job. Take that little breather. We got a reverse lunge with the lateral raise next. Make sure you got space to move. Let's not step on the dumbbell. Let's be ready to go. 5 more seconds. We're looking good. We're looking strong. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Lunge into that raise. Take your time. Core stays tight, nice and centered. Focus on maintaining that balance. Maintain that stability. Again, whatever leg you started with, try to finish on the other side. 3, 2, and 1. And relax, solid job. Take a little breather. Single arm row Again, both sides in 35 seconds. I'll let you know when to switch. We're looking good, we're looking strong. 5 more seconds. Be ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Keep track of the reps. Core stays tight. Focus on squeezing that shoulder blade back. And switch. Almost there. Again, you'll have some extra time if needed. Once you even out your reps, go ahead and stop. 3, 2, and 1. Solid job, solid job. Almost there. Next up, we got our floor presses. Again, feet up if we can. If not, we'll go ahead and place the feet back down. 10 more seconds. Perfectly fine if you start with the feet up and then you have to bring it down. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Nice and controlled. Keep the core tight, engaging the abs, staying nice and stable, nice and balanced. Almost there. Exhale as you press up. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Let's finish strong. Again, light touch at the bottom. Strong press coming up. And relax. Solid job. Last but not least, we got our marches. Again, increase the weight as needed. But we have 10 more seconds. Almost there. Be ready to go. Because we're going in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Core stays tight. Trying to stay as centered as you can. Minimize the swaying. And again, as you drive that knee up, you're crunching the abs. Nice and centered, nice and controlled. 10 more seconds. Let's finish strong. Almost there. And relax. All right. Solid job, everyone. Looking good, looking strong. 1 minute, grab some water, get some air, and we'll go into block number 2. Solid job. First block's always the hardest. 45 seconds. Small sips of water. You don't want to fill yourself up with water and then start moving around. Does not feel good. 30 more seconds, and then I'll go over the exercises in block number 2. Solid job today, Ellen. Looking good. How you feeling, Shane? Back feels okay? Good. Keep it that way. Be mindful of how you move. All right. Solid job, everyone. Block 1 done. Block number 2, same deal, 5 exercises. Exercise number 1 is going to be a squat with a press out. So I highly recommend you go light first. You can always increase the weight in the next rounds. But basically, you're going to hold your dumbbell just like this on the sides. If you have a really big dumbbell where you can't palm it, that's perfectly fine. You can still kind of hold it like this or in a goblet position. But either way, we're going to hold our dumbbell up high. And what we're going to do is we're going to squat down like we normally would for a regular squat, goblet squat. But we're going to pause, let our arms out, come back to the center, and stand right back up. So we'll be here, nice and controlled. I highly recommend when you squat down, really focus on bracing the abs, because the further away that weight is, the more tension that can be put on your back unless you engage your abs. So really focus on bracing the abs as you reach out. That being said, if you're doing this and your back is just on fire, it's very uncomfortable, just do a regular goblet squat or minimize how far out you reach with the dumbbell. But basically, you're going to have to really engage your abs as you reach out with the dumbbell. So that's why I highly recommend going light first and then increasing if needed. Exercise number 2, we're gonna be on the mat. We're gonna do Spider-Man lunges. So we're gonna start in a push-up position, just like this. Core and glutes are tight. It's kind of like a world's greatest stretch, but we're gonna drive one leg up as high up towards our hand as we can on the outside of our hand, and we're gonna step back and switching sides. Keeping it here. Now, if you can't maintain the push-up position, kind of like our world's greatest stretch, you can go from the knees, and you can just work from here, nice and controlled, keeping that core tight, trying to stay as centered as you can. Exercise number 3 are gonna be our T's to snow angels. You can do this kneeling or standing, but basically, we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades back to where our hands are behind our back. From here, we're gonna snow angel up and down, and we're gonna come back to the center and repeat the process. So you can go with just the weight of your arms or a really light weight, nothing too crazy. Exercise number 4 is gonna be an Arnold press. So from a standing position, we're gonna start with our palms facing us, just like this. And from here, we're gonna do a shoulder press. But as we press, we're gonna rotate our dumbbells to where our palms are now facing forward. And as we come back down, we're gonna go back to where our palms are facing us. So we're adding this rotation aspect to our shoulder press. So take your time with that one. Exercise number 5 is gonna be a bird dog. So from here, from our tabletop position, hands and knees, we're gonna reach out with one arm and one leg. Whatever arm reaches out, the opposite leg is gonna reach out at the same time. Now, some key points with the bird dog. We're gonna do both sides during the same 35 seconds. We're gonna do one side for half the time, the other side for the other half. So for example, I'm gonna start with my right arm and left leg reaching out. I'm gonna keep my right hand in a fist, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out for my bird dog, and then as I come back to the center, I'm gonna bring my fist to my knee, just like this, and I'm gonna reach right back out from there. So keep track of your reps. I'll let you know when to switch sides. When I say switch, that's when we'll switch over and do the other side. Another key point with the bird dog, if you notice, when I do my bird dog, my foot is relatively close to the ground. What I don't want you to do is raise your leg really high up here, because what's gonna start to happen is you'll arch your back if you raise too high up with your leg. Same thing with your arm as well. So I like to think of sweeping the floor with my foot. So I'm keeping my foot close to the ground as I reach out, and that's gonna help you keep that back a lot straighter, okay? And then yeah, fist to knee or elbow to knee. Elbow to knee works. But those are the 5 exercises. Any questions? No? All right, let's get ready. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Starting off with the squats to press out. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Squat, pressing out, back in, back up. Nice and controlled. Again, you should be bracing, keeping tight as you press out. Probably talking while I press out is probably not the best thing, but when you're doing this, really focus on bracing the abs as you reach out with that dumbbell. Almost there. And relax. As you notice with that one, kind of have to hold your breath for a while as you squat and press out. So that time in between squats, take that extra breath up top. Once you stand back up, don't feel like you have to go right back into it, because then it's going to be harder and harder to hold your breath. But we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, Spider-Man lunges from the push-up position. And again, take your time with these, nice and controlled. Only go as high up as both feet can go. If you notice your range of motion on one side is better than the other, limit the better side. Try to keep it even on each side. Or if you can, try to make the weaker side go just as far as the stronger side. And relax. Solid job. Take a little breather. We got our T's to snow angels. Again, you can do this kneeling or standing. I'm gonna do it kneeling since I'm already here. But take a little breather. 5 more seconds. Again, if you're gonna use a weight, really lightweight. And we're on. T's Snow angel up, down, back to the center. Make sure we hold each pose for like a split second. We don't want to go T, up, down, back to center. I want T, hold, up, hold, down, hold. Take your time. Again, use this exercise to catch your breath. 10 more seconds. Almost there. And relax. Next up, we got our Arnold presses. Also another reason why you probably don't want to go too heavy with the T's to snow angels, because if you burn out your shoulders, and then we do these Arnold presses, you're gonna be mad at me, so go light. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Again, starting with the palms facing you, rotate as we press, rotate as we come back down. You do not need to go very heavy with these. It's possible to get a lot of reps with shoulder presses in 35 seconds. So take your time. Don't go every rep per second. Definitely take that pause at the bottom. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Last but not least, we got our bird dogs. Again, sweep the floor with the foot. Keep that foot close to the ground. I'll let you know when to switch sides. Keep the reps even on each side. Again, fist to knee or elbow to knee. And we're on. Nice and controlled. Take your time with these. Hold that pose up top for about a second. Make sure you're nice and stable, nice and centered, and switch. Even out the reps. You might have some extra time, and that's perfectly fine. Don't do extra reps on one side. Keep it even on each side. And again, keep that foot close to the ground. And relax. Solid job. That's round number 1. 2 more to go. 15 more seconds, and we're back on to our squats with the press out. This will be the time to adjust the weights as needed. Increase, decrease. Well, let's be ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Squat, press out, back in, and up. Take your time. Again, take that extra pause up top. Take that extra breath, and then go back down. Core stays tight. Nice and strong. And again, if you're feeling a burning in your back, all you feel is burning in your back, don't press out. Reduce the weight. Just do regular squats and relax. Solid job. 15 more seconds. Again, we're pushing ourselves, challenging ourselves. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we're staying safe and not overdoing it. So listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, stop what you're doing. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Spider-Man lunges. Core stays tight. And again, this is one where you want to take your time. Don't rush the reps. Keep that core tight. Try to stay as centered as you can. Again, only go as high up as both legs can go. 5 more seconds. And relax. Solid job. Next up, we got our T's to snow angels. Again, don't need to use a lot of weight. Don't need to use a weight at all. Take your time. 10 more seconds. But we're looking good. 5 more seconds. Be ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Nice and controlled. Again, opening up the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you go into your T. And keep that position as you snow angel up and down. Almost there. Lots of time. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. We got our Arnold presses next. Again, feel free to adjust the weights. Go lighter if you need to. I'm going to take my own advice and go a little bit lighter. But take your time. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Arnold presses, nice and controlled. Take your time. Take that pause between reps. Nice controlled rotation. 15 more seconds. Almost there. Let's finish strong. And relax. Solid job. Last but not least, we got our bird dogs. Again, sweep the floor with the foot. Try to minimize the arching in the back. Try to keep it as flat as you can. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Keep track of your reps. Keep it even on each side. And switch. Again, you'll have some extra time if you need it. Let's finish strong. And relax. Solid job. 2 rounds down, 1 more to go. This block is flying by. Almost there, guys. Going to go back into the squats with the press out. 10 more seconds. Let's be ready to go. Last round. Whew. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Squat, press out, right back up. Take your time. Nice and controlled. Almost there. Again, this is our last round, so we're going to finish strong. Going to keep our form. Let's finish. 3, 2, and 1. Solid job. Take a little breather, 20 seconds. We got our Spider-Man lunges coming up. Almost there. Focus on the breathing, trying to slow it down as best we can. But we are going to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Spider-Man lunges. Again, does not have to be from the push-up position. It can be from the knees. So if you need to take a little break, switch over to the knees for a few reps. That's perfectly fine. Or even if you have to stay on the knees for the rest of the round. As long as we're working, as long as we're pushing ourselves, that's all that matters. But let's finish strong. Almost there. And relax. Solid job. Next up, we got our T's to snow angels. 15 more seconds. Catch your breath. Again, use those T's to snow angels to regather yourself. Yes, it burns in the shoulders, but it's a good time to catch your breath again. And we're on. Nice and controlled. Take your time. Lots of time. Almost there. Ten more seconds. I know it feels like your arms are going to fall off, but push through the burn. And relax. All right, solid job. 20 seconds, and we got our Arnold presses next. 2 more exercises. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Let's be ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Nice and strong. Again, rotating as we press. Always in control. "15 more seconds. Lots of time. So take that pause up top. Strong press. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Solid job. Last but not least, bird dogs to finish up the round. Almost there. And we get a nice break before we finish up with block number 3. Looking good, everyone. Let's keep it strong. Pushing through. Again, sweep the floor with the foot. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Fist to knee or elbow to knee. Either way, keep it nice and centered, nice and controlled. And switch. Keep it even on each side. You might find that one side is a little bit more challenging than the other, and that's perfectly fine. Just do your best to keep it strong, keep it stable. And relax. Solid job, everyone. 2 blocks down, 1 more to go. Grab some water, get some air. We're looking good. Almost there. Just 5 more exercises. Solid job. Small sips of water. 40 more seconds, and I'll go over the last 5 exercises. Yes, we will. Probably a lighter kettlebell though. And if there aren't 2 light kettlebells, you can always use a dumbbell. All right, last 5 exercises. Last block for today. Exercise number 1 is going to be a walkout to shoulder taps. So we're going to be standing tall. We're going to reach down for the floor, walk out to a push-up position. We're going to shoulder tap on each side. So hand is going to go to opposite side shoulder. So right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. And then we're going to walk right back up to the standing position and repeat the process for that 35 seconds. So take your time as you do these. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is going to be a curl to a press. So we're going to curl here, and as we press, we're going to press into this neutral position. So palms facing each other. So from a front view, palms facing forward, curl, and press into a neutral shoulder press. And we'll repeat the process here. So working on the biceps and the shoulders. Exercise number 3 is going to be overhead tricep extensions. So we're going to grab both dumbbells or 1 dumbbell. If you only have really heavy dumbbells, you're going to bring them together. You're going to reach over your head. And from here, we're going to extend the arms using the triceps, keeping the core tight. And we're going to, again, do that for 35 seconds. Exercise number 3 is going to be a weighted glute bridge. So basically, you're going to go into a glute bridge position. You're going to hold a dumbbell on your hips, just like this. Don't let your dumbbell rest fully on your hips. While you're holding your dumbbell, you're kind of supporting it as well, just because it can get pretty uncomfortable. But from here, we're going to squeeze the glutes into a glute bridge with the added resistance. I highly recommend holding that bridge position up top so you can really emphasize the squeezing of the glutes. Last but not least, we're going to do some kneeling halos. So you can use kettlebell or dumbbell. Either way, we're going to be rotating around our head on one direction, and we're going to go right back to the other direction. So we're going to be switching sides every single time from this tall kneeling position. So we don't want to start to sink down here. I don't want to rotate side to side as I bring my weight around. I want to try to stay as centered as I can. But those are going to be the 5 exercises. Any questions? No? All right. Let's be ready to go. We're gonna go in 10 seconds. Starting off with our walkouts to shoulder taps. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Walking out to that push-up position, shoulder tap on each side, walking back up to that standing position. Take your time with these. Core stays tight. Trying to stay as centered as you can to the mat. If the shoulder taps are really challenging, try having the legs a little bit wider apart. But focusing on keeping the abs tight. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Solid job. Curls to presses are next. Again, curling to a neutral shoulder press. We're looking good. We're looking strong. I apologize. We will be going a little bit over the time. So if you need to head out, that's perfectly fine. But we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Curl to press. Nice and controlled. Take your time with these. If your shoulders are burnt out from the other exercises, just do regular curls. That's perfectly fine. You can just keep it here for a regular bicep curl. But a lot of time for these, so don't rush it. 10 more seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Next up, we got our overhead tricep extensions. Again, you can use 2 dumbbells or 1. I'll leave that up to you. But we got 10 more seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Tricep extensions, nice and strong, nice and controlled. Again, getting that stretch in the triceps at the bottom, getting the contraction up top. Nice and strong. Almost there. Try to go as low as you can. Try to get those biceps to touch the forearms. That way you get a really good stretch in the triceps. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Solid job. Next up, we got our weighted glute bridges. Again, on our back, focus on squeezing the glutes, holding that top position. Again, don't let the weight sink too much into your hips. Use your arms, use your hands to kind of carry some of that weight. But we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Nice and controlled. Squeeze and hold up top. Really focus on engaging the glutes, keeping that core tight, holding a strong bridge position up top. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Let's finish strong. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Last but not least, we got our kneeling halos. Again, tall kneeling position. You can go dumbbell or kettlebell, but either way, we're gonna be rotating one direction, rotating the other, just constantly switching sides. But we are gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Abs engaged. Nice and centered, nice and controlled. Once you get back to your center, try to go right back into the other direction. So that way you're kind of working against that momentum that's going in one direction, and now you're pushing that momentum in the other direction. Take your time, try to keep that kettlebell or dumbbell close to your body. It shouldn't be too far from your head or your body. So you don't want to reach super far out with your weight. You want to keep it really close to you. In the obliques, the sides of the abs right over here. 5 more seconds and we're going back into our walkouts to shoulder taps. We're looking good, we're looking strong, and we're on. Take your time, nice and controlled. Time is 12:55. If you have to head out, that's perfectly fine. Again, I apologize for running a little bit over, but get what you can in. 10 more seconds. Let's finish strong. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Solid job. Next up, we got our curls to press. 15 more seconds. Again, adjust the weights as needed. Increase, decrease if you need to. So we're looking good. We're looking strong. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Curl to neutral press. Good job today. Take your time with these. And again, if those shoulders are getting tired, just do bicep curls right over here. I know we did a lot of upper body movements. So take your time. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Next up, we got our overhead tricep extensions. We got 15 more seconds. Take your time. 10 more seconds. Almost there. Again, this is our last block. Finishing up round number 2. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Tricep extensions. Again, get that stretch and that contraction. Stretching the triceps as you go down, contracting the triceps to bring the weight up. Again, I think about curling my arms as much as I can as I go down to maximize that stretch, but it also maximizes the range of motion that you have to work with. Let's finish strong. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Solid job. Weighted glute bridges are next. Again, adjust the weight as needed. Be ready to go because that time moves quick. 10 more seconds. Almost there, guys. Let's finish strong. 5 more seconds. Be ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Squeeze the glutes. Hold up top. Feel those glutes contract, and then you control it coming down. Don't let the hips drop down too quickly. Don't let it bounce on the ground. You control the landing. Strong contraction up top. Core and glutes are tight. Let's finish strong. Squeeze and hold. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Last but not least, kneeling halos. Again, controlled, trying to keep yourself as centered as you can. Minimize the pause as you rotate. Try to go right back into the opposite direction. Really force the obliques to work. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Nice and strong, nice and controlled. Again, bracing the abs, keeping it centered, minimizing that rotation. Almost there. Try to keep it moving. Keep that core tight. Again, once you get to your center, go right back in that other direction. Almost there. Let's finish. And relax. Solid job, solid job. One more round, last round for today. Let's finish strong. Time is 12:59, so we'll be a few minutes over. We'll be ready to go. Walkouts with the shoulder taps. In 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Walk out, shoulder tap on each side. Stand back up. Almost there. Finish strong. Keep that core tight. This is our last round right here. Let's finish strong. 5 more seconds. Don't let up. and relax. Solid job. Next up, we got the curls to the press. 15 more seconds. We're looking good. We're looking strong. Let's keep it that way. Almost there. 5 more seconds. Again, adjust the weights as needed. And we're on. Curls to press. Nice and strong. Nice and controlled. Again, making sure we're staying tall. We're not leaning back as we curl, leaning back as we press. We're staying tall, engaging the abs, squeezing the glutes. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Again, if the shoulders are getting tired, finish up with curls. And relax. Next up, overhead tricep extensions. Again, trying to maximize the range of motion by reaching as low as you can with the weights. Try to have those forearms touch the biceps. Almost there. 5 more seconds. And we're on. Let's finish strong. Core stays tight. Stretch at the bottom. Strong squeeze up top. Almost there. Make each rep count. Take that pause up top if you need to. You can get a lot of reps in this time frame, so don't rush it. 10 more seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Solid job. Next up, we got our weighted glute bridges. Just 2 more exercises, and we're done for the day. Let's finish strong. 10 more seconds. Glute bridges. Squeeze up top. Hold it up top. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Hold that bridge. Controlled, coming back down. Right back up. Nice and controlled. Squeeze the glutes to drive the hips up. Only go as far as the glutes will take you. You don't have to arch your back. Only go as far as the hips can move up. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Last but not least, we got our kneeling halos. Almost there. Last exercise for today. Again, once you get back to your center, go right into the opposite direction. Try to minimize the pause. 5 more seconds. Last exercise. Let's finish. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Core is tight. Abs engaged. Glutes are tight. Staying nice and tall up top. Let's finish strong. 15 more seconds. Keep the abs tight. Keep it centered. 5 more seconds. Push through. 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Solid job, everyone. That is the workout for today. I know, again, it's never an easy workout, but we show up. We're here. Good job today, everyone. Hope you all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a great day. Ooh. Ooh, everything burns.
See you, John. Thank you. Have a good day.
No problem.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you, John. Thank you,
job
John.
today, everyone.
Hope we can have more classes of yours the week going forward.
Yeah. I always